Retail sales in the United States have soared as the country emerges from lockdown. But Americans aren't just spending. The way they're doing has changed as well. Sales of both freezers and frozen food have surged in the wake of panic buying. And as Danielle Robinson reports, it could spell a change in diet.
As the US economy freezes over, so too does food in America, it seems. Waiting lists for freezers are growing and retailers are struggling to keep up with demand. This home appliance store in Beverly Hills says their sales of fridge freezers have tripled in the past 3 months.
As the week started to go by from end of March, we couldn't really keep up with the demands.
As people prepared for the pandemic, panic set in. Unsure about how long lockdowns will go on for, some stocked up on supplies, keeping in mind they'd need to last.
Some people were buying commercial freezers, so freezers that were designed for restaurants and hotels.
The American Frozen Food Institute says sales of frozen foods during March 2020 almost doubled compared to a year ago. And there are signs the freezing trend could be here to stay.
People have gotten into the habit of storing, and they'll probably keep a bit more, nothing major, but just a little extra safety stock to be sure.
In California, home appliance retailers were considered essential businesses during lockdown, and staff have been kept busy.
We haven't had to fire any employees, so our kitchen designers, our sales staff for appliances, and all the warehousing team that does delivery installations, they haven't had any days off. We've been working around the clock because of all these requests.
The increase in demand for frozen food coincided with the closure of meatpacking plants. At least 6 US meat facilities shut down in April. That same month, frozen food sales were up 195% from the previous year. Lockdowns have meant that more people are preparing meals at home, and it's also changed people's eating habits. Comfort food in particular appears to have made a comeback. Frozen vegetables and meat has been flying off the shelves, but consumers are also stockpiling some less healthy frozen snacks. In March, Americans bought $275 million worth of frozen pizza, a 92% increase from the same period last year. But that might not be the biggest health concern people have on their minds. COVID cases are still on the rise, and a trip to the grocery store remains a risk. Until that comes under control, America's appetite for frozen foods isn't likely to thaw. Danielle Robertson, CNA, Los Angeles.